I don't think it'll ever not be funny. The latest crisis in the WNBA. We like green. The internet exploded. I think they should absolutely look into it. This league is a show this year. Let me preface this by saying that I have been on basketball courts as a player. I've been on basketball courts as a referee, actually, weirdly. I've been on basketball courts as a coach. I've been on basketball courts as an announcer. And over the course of my time on basketball courts, going back to 1972 through, a couple years ago, a lot of things have been thrown on those courts. Nobody's ever gotten hurt. No, ever. I picked up 75 cents off the court as a player getting my fourth foul at Purdue in the first half, in a game at Mackey Arena as a player in Indiana. Yeah, just guys were throwing coins, and I picked them up, told Alfred, hey, we got pop money, beer money, whatever it is. But anyway, long story short, never been hurt. So I don't want to hear that excuse about the latest crisis in the WNBA. Dildos on the court, dildos on the court. Once again, dildos are on the court. Friday's game, the Sky and the Golden State Valkyries. We did it again. A noted dildo thrower entered the building. We don't know who he is, but he's noted. All right, a green dildo was hurled onto the court, and the internet exploded. Me personally, I don't think it'll ever not be funny. I'm sorry. Like, if you threw a pocket for JJ on the court of an NBA game, I got to tell you, I think it'd be funny. I think some things on the court are just cool. I think the octopuses and the hats at hockey games, I think they're great. And I think that when a team wins in the WNBA, that's what should be thrown on the court, but it must be green. I don't know why it must be green, but that's the color that everybody's given, and I'm digging it. How can you not? It would be horrible, Clay Travis said, if guys all over America started daring each other to throw green dildos on the court during WNBA games. Imagine if every game had to be stopped for green dildos. It would be awful. Don't even think about doing this incredibly viral thing. Obviously, our fearless leader, the great Clay Travis, is saying this tongue-in-cheek, and he is promoting this, and I'm with him. Look, I get it. People that never played or guys that are in leadership positions have to say, this is an abomination. This is horrible. No, it fits perfectly with what this league is. This league is a shit show this year. In fact, a Wall Street Journal piece the other day suggested, and maybe rightfully so, maybe not, that the Department of Justice should look into racial discrimination against Caitlin Clark. That's how big of a shit show is. The sisters ain't be liking Caitlin Clark, and the lesbians ain't be liking Caitlin Clark. Why? Straight white girl. Answers both questions. Yeah, I think they should. I think they should absolutely look into it. What else we got to do? Seek justice wherever there is not justice. And a lot of people feel like there is a racial discrimination element to Caitlin Clark's treatment in the WNBA. That's just an example of the ongoing shit show, including a woman's wig. Some lady named Cooper, her wig came off. And then said Cooper, bitching, whining, and moaning because, now follow this story if you can. It is not easy. Dewana Bonner, who is some type of legend, was picked up by the Indiana Fever. She got gal pal, lesbian friend, sick. Didn't want to play for the Fever. Wanted to go back to the Sun or the Phoenix, whatever, Mercury, and play with her, I guess, fiance, wife, lesbian lover, girlfriend. So she refused to play. It was a big thing, as big a thing as the WNBA can be without Caitlin Clark. But it was a thing. Next thing you know, she's back with her girlfriend, wife, whatever. Alyssa Thomas. That's the shit show that is the WNBA. In fact, I would rank a dildo on the court third. I wouldn't even put it first or second. Date your teammates, marry your opponents. That's number one. That's always been the women's sports shit show of basketball and softball. Ask my wife, she'll tell you. Anyway, that's numero uno. A wig falling off, though, that's tough competition. But a dildo on the court? If I ran the WNBA, I would lean into the green dildo controversy, Clay goes on. Multiple cameras, polygraphs. I would treat this like the crime of the century. You're lying if you claim you wouldn't watch Dateline Green Dildos at the WNBA edition. I think I'd watch. I asked this, and I don't know the answer. Risky business trying to sneak one in. Where do you sneak it in? Like, I've been to Fever games, and when you walk through, you got to go, at least in Gainbridge Fieldhouse here at Indy, you got to go through that security, so you got to take everything out of your pockets. Then you go to the ticket, and there's all these scanners and stuff. How do you sneak it in? Do you just put it down your pants? I'm assuming that it's rubber, so it wouldn't go through in a metal detector. But it seems like I don't want to be caught. Hey, man, what you got in there? Buzzer goes off, lights are... What you got in there? Oh, well, I was bringing a green dildo into a game. What? You're doing what? Yeah, well, it's a tradition. In Detroit, they let us bring in octopuses or wherever. I mean, hats. What? It's a sign. It's like they should make... Here's what they should make. I have a better one. This is my new theory. It just literally came to me. Back in the day, in the 50s, 60s, Red Auerbach on the bench would smoke a Victory cigar. He's the guy that gave the name Victory Cigar to the Victory Cigar. I think the throwing of the green dildo, both if I am an opponent and I'm getting my ass beat, I should be able to throw in the green dildo and the game is over. If I am a fan, like the Victory Cigar, minute to go, there should be the throwing of the green dildo onto the court, which is like the white flag of the WNBA. I think it'd be genius. You know how many companies would step up? Honest to God. And then you'd have a racial controversy. Why does it got to be green? Why can't it be red, black, white? Why does it got to be green? It has to be green. Don't know. The original is the best, but that would be awesome. No, that would be the best thing ever. Even WNBA players are making fun of it. Sophie Cunningham, who has now become my favorite. We've had a rocky relationship, even though we've never met, conversed, text, anything. Tweeted, nothing. Don't know her. But anyway, I like her. Stop throwing dildos on the court. You're going to hurt one of us. There's no way, given what we've seen out of Sophie Cunningham's social media, that Sophie Cunningham is being anything but facetious. Stop throwing dildos on the court. See, if she wasn't being facetious, she wouldn't have used the word dildo. Dildo is just funny. How they got that word, I have no idea. I don't care. I don't want to know. But it's a funny word. And a big green one with the stickuls on it is unbelievable. Stop throwing dildos on the court. You're going to hurt one of us. That's really funny. Now, here, of course, let's go to the next one because this is bullshit. Arena security, hello, please do better. It's not funny. It's freaking hilarious. It's one of the funniest things that has happened since a woman lost her wig cutting off of a down screen in a women's WNBA game. It is. It's not funny. Never was funny. It's always been funny. No. Isabelli or whatever your name is. No. No, it's really funny. It will continue to be funny. It will never not be funny. Throwing anything on the court is so dangerous. No, it's not. No, again, I'm sure there are times when it has been dangerous. But again, my first basketball game was when I was 7 years old, before your parents were born that work on this show, 1969. My dad snuck me onto a basketball league with my older brother and my neighbors who were older. I was 7. They were 9. We played at Maryville Junior High. Next thing you know, nobody threw anything on the court, and if they did, I didn't know. I ended on the basketball court, 2020. However many years that is, I don't know, but that's a hell of a lot. 51. Not one thing that was ever thrown on the court injured anybody. I get we're supposed to say this. We can all get, no. Chicago Sky's Elizabeth Williams, well, her opinion doesn't count. No, I'm sorry. Not for any reason other than the Chicago Sky have been lying through their teeth for 2 years. They lied about racism. They lied about people. Not allowing them to get off the bus at a game because of the media hounding Angel Reese and others, Kennedy Carter. Now, so her opinion doesn't matter. It's super disrespectful. Of course it is. I don't really get the point of it. It's really immature. Whoever's doing it needs to grow up. What do you mean? Like calling everybody in Indianapolis racist when nobody said a word? That kind of immature? Like saying you couldn't get off a bus at a hotel when it turns out you were lying? Like that immature? Is that what it is? Is that where it is? I don't know, lady. Nobody, and I mean nobody, from the coach to the players to the owner to the GM to the president to any of them, to the managers of the Chicago Sky are to believe. In fact, if the Chicago Sky say it, if Angel Reese says it, we got to do the opposite. Yeah, we got to do the opposite because they're proven liars. Now, we ain't listening to her. Clay, back to Clay, who's having a great time with this, almost to the point like he did on CNN with the word boobs. Anyway, some of you are evil geniuses. You're genii. Look at that. How good is that? Yeah, the W. That's pretty funny. CNN, possibly white dildo thrown on the court during game. Now that is funny. No, that is really, really good. Hey, Zach Crane, I'm going to put that out on my damn Twitter right now. That's how good that is. How did that only get 4.8 thousand views? That's genius. That's absolutely genius. Now, here's the thing, and I say this in all sincerity. More green dildos on courts in WNBA games. I mean, if you can lose your wig on a WNBA game, in the middle of a game, and be so distraught you can't come back, if you're going to give press conferences that say it's distasteful to boo some crazy-ass woman who wouldn't play for the Indiana Fever because she was homesick for her lover over there in Phoenix, no, it's not. It's not above. It's not. Nope. No, it's not disrespectful. It's respecting. The guy respected the game enough to be clever enough to bring a green dildo into the game. Respect, yo. And by the way, there's one on the loose. At least one of the neon green dildo throwing bandits has been arrested for his actions during last week's game between the Dream and the Valkyries. But one remains at large. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, I told you guys you'd enjoy the show. I mean, what the hell else you got to do? Where else are they going to talk like this? What do you want to do? Hear some slappy sit around on ESPN and go, well, you know, I think Jalen Hurts is overrated. Well, no, I'm going to fight you. Blah, blah. No, this is the greatest show on TV. You enjoying the show? I know you are. Make sure you head on over to youtube.com/@OutKick/videos to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, 1.75 million of you has. Us-ya. That's right. I said it. I meant it. Us-ya. They have. And guess what? They love it. It's me. It's Ricky. It's Clay. It's Hot Mike. By the way, Hutton's going to join us. It's Tommy. What are you talking about? It's Riley Gaines. It's a cast of characters unlike any seen anywhere in the history of the world. All right, in the wake of Shannon Sharpe's settlement with his sexual assault accuser and subsequent firing from ESPN, attorney Tony Buzbee, who represented the accuser in the case, responded to Sharpe's claim. Be careful with Tony Buzbee or a good attorney, Shannon. Your big dumb ass, your ridiculous speaking, mumbling ass is no match for this man. He claimed that the lawsuit was a shakedown and that he targets high-profile black men. There you go. There we go. Yeah, high-profile black men. Uh-huh. And he didn't hold back. Back in 2010, Buzbee represented over 10,000 clients against BP Oil following the infamous Deepwater Houston oil spill. Recently, Buzbee represented 24 women who filed lawsuits against, this is Shannon Sharpe's attempt, Browns QB Deshaun Watson alleging sexually assault, inappropriate behavior in massage cases. 23 of those have been settled. I didn't wake up one morning and say, I want to sue Shannon Sharpe. He's no relevance in my life. I actually think he's very entertaining when he yells and screams and talks about sports that he's not involved in. That's a good shot. But I think it's a legitimate case. But if I think it's a legitimate case and I pursue it, I think it's worth my time. I guess a bunch of old white men could say I'm targeting them, and a bunch of multi-international corporations can say I'm targeting them as well. I guess you could say I was targeting BP. That's Buzbee. Well, of course. What do you think Shannon Sharpe's going to do? The only defense he has is, man, I'm a black man. You're targeting me. Really? All right. That's the only defense you hear anymore. Now, it's unbelievable. It would be probable in Sharpe's best interest to sit this one out. You paid your money. You did your stuff. It's not the first time you've been accused or had a problem with women. Just, you know what? You got a lot of money. People call you Unk. You can get yourself a podcast going. Nobody cares on the podcast world that you're a jackass. Just live your life, man. But don't try to go against people that are infinitely smarter and more prepared than you. The adage, he targeted black men, holds no water. How about you stop targeting women? There you go. Latest development in the saga, and it is a saga, of Real Housewives of Dallas, Micah Parsons. Yeah, I said housewives because that's kind of what he acts like. I mean, if you watch these housewives, man, and I do, by the way, but I don't watch Dallas. I watch the OC, New York, New Jersey, I do, and Beverly Hills occasionally. I think it's Beverly Hills. I don't know. But those three I watch. Atlanta, once in a while when my wife's watching. Utah, never. Dubai, I can't do it. Dallas, But I do know the housewife scene, and nobody would fit in better, and I mean nobody, than Micah Parsons as a housewife. Strap a wig on him and call him Sally, because he would be the perfect. He bitch and whine and moan and everything is wrong. Ba 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 ba. All he needs to do is do like the ladies in New Jersey and New York do and just start flipping tables in nice restaurants, throwing hands, pulling wigs. Anyway, he is officially, Micah Parsons has, requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys. All right. It appears we have a good old Western showdown between Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons. All right, well, here's the deal. I guess you'd also say the Jones family. But here's the deal. Micah Parsons put out a statement. He can bitch, whine, and moan. And I'll read the statement in a minute, but remember this. These guys all put out statements. Myles Garrett was leaving. Guess what? Here's a check. Oh, I'm staying. This is a great city. We're going to win a championship. I'm old. I've seen this a million times. I don't put any stock in it. Des Bryant and his representation, from Rock Nation have fired back at comments made by Jerry Jones where he related Parsons' contract situation to that of Bryant's 10 years ago. Tensions are high in Dallas. And it ain't even week one. We're not even to exhibition games, preseason games. I like it. Unfortunately, Parsons said, I no longer want to be here. Tough. I no longer want to be bold. I no longer want to be held let me see here. I no longer want to be held to closed-door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying it on the line. These guys all lay it on the line for the organization, our fans, and my teammates. All right, there you go. When we have a problem with the players, the agent is nowhere to be found. Jay-Z said that Dez would make all the meetings. Jay-Z and I negotiated a contract, spent hours. Anyone in my organization is on time. My office used to be on the street corner, and I've always been early. They will be on time. I don't know what this is. Who's speaking here? Sounds like, I don't know. Oh, that's Jerry Jones. Okay. And what did I say? I said, I'm going to call you if I have a problem. He quit taking my call. All right. There you go. Jerry Jones, I don't think it's smart to mention my name. I kept quiet, a lot of unfair shit. Some G shit. What's G shit? These dudes. We can have story time if that's what we are doing. Sure. I love that. People think we care so much that some guy who, whatever he did to get out of the league, Des Bryant, has stories. Yeah. In 2015 at 21 Club on a napkin, Jerry Jones, Juan Perez, Sean, Jay-Z Carter, and Stephen Jones negotiated a 5-year, $70 million deal, which included a $45 million guarantee and a $20 million signing bonus for Des Bryant. Okay, that's Rock Nation. At the time, it was the second largest contract for a wide receiver in NFL history. The claim that Mr. Carter, or Rock Nation's representation, did not return a call from Jerry Jones, not only a false statement, but it was also a comical one. There you go. Yeah, I don't care. Here's what I want. I want the Colts to trade every draft pick that they have. I do. For that drama queen that is Micah Parsons. Yeah, I do. Hey, look, the guy in our city, Chris Ballard, is a horrible drafter of players, so I don't want him drafted. Get Micah Parsons in here and let's go. I need to be more of a pro when it comes to my eating. That's right. That's what you never want to hear your quarterback say. I told you a year ago, and people lost their ever-loving mind on me, that Anthony Richardson is a child. I ain't mad at him. I was a child at his age. I just didn't have an NFL quarterback riding on my, or NFL franchise riding on my back. He does. He's a child. Here's the deal. Here's why I said he was a child. I knew about this candy habit. I'll get into that in a minute. He was the only quarterback in the league last year that was a starting quarterback that would literally leave practice when practice was over and head home to play video games. Now, I don't know if you know anything about quarterbacks, particularly the good ones, but they stay after, throw with wide receivers, go over film, stay with the coach, go through the opponent, that type of thing. Not our guy. Our guy went home, got in front of a cubicle or whatever, his TV, and started playing video games. That is a direct quote from the Colts. That's a problem. That's a child. That's what 12-year-olds are doing. We don't want to be 12-year-olds. We want to be adults. We want to be men. Men. Yeah, we do. I had to cut out the sweets, man. It's the candy. I used to be big on Skittles and all that stuff, just eating candy all the time. So I just been trying to cut out the sugary stuff, hydrate more. I want to live more of a pro I need to be more of a pro when it comes to my eating. That's good. Again, the dude's only 23. After last year, I felt like I needed to do more, not only for the team, but for myself. If I want to be great and I want to be in the Hall of Fame one day, I have to do more. I know I have to go do things that other people won't do. No, everybody's doing it, dummy. I mean, seriously, what are you talking about? Like, if you want to be a professional quarterback, you have to be an adult. You have to have the great American penis. No offense to you ladies out there that can sling it, but you got to have the great American penis. You do. What are you talking about? So anyway, long story short, he needs to be a pro. And cutting out candy is a great first step. Getting with a trainer was a great first step. Losing 10 pounds is a great first step. Now you got to throw the ball to the other team. Oh, man, my guy Aaron says, get ready for Daniel Jones at QB1. I'll address that. That may be true. But I got to tell you, man, the Colts are slinging the propaganda. Oh, are they slinging the propaganda? Every good throw that's made is by Richardson. Every incomplete. Kenny Moore, the defensive back, knocking a pass away. Didn't even have to look to see who threw the ball. It was Daniel Jones. I'm with you. AS. But I don't know, man. I think the Colts want to be led by Anthony Richardson. And a young child shall lead them. Isaiah 11.